Hello, hello, and welcome to another set of battles in Go Battle League. So right now, Niantic has currently made this a week in which they've cut the switch timer in half in Go Battle League. So we're going to, or this will actually be my very first time actually testing this out. So I'm gonna see how that goes, how that plays out. Yeah, ultimately that's the plan for today. We're gonna start off a little bit in Great League because I'm more comfortable doing a test run on something through Great League, just to kind of, because most of my experience comes through Great League, and then afterwards we'll do a couple of sets of battles in Master League Classic just to see if maybe the new switch timer might help us out a little bit in those sets, or maybe everything won't remain the same and we're kind of in a rough losing streak. But nonetheless, yeah, that's the plan. Go ahead and jump right into basic rewards and jump into Great League first and foremost, where I'll be starting out with Pelipper up front and center. Have the Galarian Pancake up in the middle, and we'll be closing out with the ever durable Meganium. So with that said, let's see how this goes. Alright, so first matchup is against Zero Moonbrew Zero. Alright, Moonbrew. Let's see what you got. Alright, so first matchup is against Umbreon, the ever tried and true. Oh, there we go. Alright, but with that, we are able to fire off our first Weather Ball. Assuming they should be able to tank it out fairly well. Is Umbreon after all. Oh yeah, Umbreon took it like a champ. Alright, but with that, let's go ahead and see if we can tank out their move as well. Probably assuming not as well, but yeah, we're still able to tank it. It's just we weren't able to handle it as well. That'll fire off another Weather Ball their way, get them into the yellow. Alright, but unfortunately I did not make it to the switch in time, so I'm gonna have to shield that one there. Definitely not something I wanna take. Definitely not something I want to take in personally. But with that, yeah, experienced a little bit of technical difficulty there, but we are still able to fire off at the very least one more Weather Ball. Let's see how that goes. They do decide to shield that one, and with it, I'm going to go ahead and switch out for Stunfisk, who should be able to tank out this next foul play fairly well, I would assume. No, yeah. And with that, they do decide to switch in, though, with an Azumarill. Oh, boy. Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and respond to that with the ever tried and true throw more rocks at them. Get some of that going. But with that, go ahead and chuck some more rocks their way. Get a little bit extra damage in, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch out for my Meganium, into which case they will respond with a Toxicroak. Interesting. But with that, I do have enough energy charged up. Let's see if we can surprise them with an Earthquake right off the bat. And we are. We have managed to clear out the Toxicroak in record time. With that, they are now coming in hot with that Umbreon. I'm actually going to go ahead and block this one because, well, foul play is nasty. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch out for Pelipper and fire off a Weather Ball their way. Just like so. They do decide to shield that one. So, RIP on that one. Or, oh, I'm out of shields. Huh, look at that. And with that, this unfortunately marks the end of my Pelipper, RIP. And with that, I'll go ahead and bring in Meganium, who has Frenzy Plant at the ready, and perfect timing too, as they have just switched in for the Azumarill, so we should be able to get good damage in on that. There we go, and with that, we've just got a little bit more of Umbreon to deal with, and we've cleared them out. GG's all around. And with it, we were able to finally clear that field research for battling in the Go Battle League. Alright, so far, I know what I mean, it does provide a little bit of an extra fast pace to it. So, we'll see if we can go for another win, though, with this new Switch setup against Moonlight D2. Alright, Moonlight. A lot of moon themes today. It's very interesting, but, you know, let's see what you got. Alright, first matchup is against a Clefable, so for sure, my Pelipper is not feeling too happy about taking out all of this charm. So, just gonna go ahead and chuck a Weather Ball its way. Get that going. Yeah, we actually managed to do a decent amount of damage with it, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think, yep, we are able to get to one more Weather Ball, so do they decide to shield, or do they decide to let their Clefable bite the dust? Yeah, I've opted to let the Clefable bite the dust. I can respect that. And with that, they bring in the Azumarill, into which case I will bring in the Meganium, into which case they will respond with a third Charmer in the form of, or I guess third Fairy in the form of Wigglytuff. Alright then. This has just gotten interesting. This has just gotten very interesting. I wonder if this is going to be a trend. Is a triple fairy threat very prevalent in this field, in this space? I know not. Truly, I do not know. With it, Wigglytuff is coming in with an Ice Beam, so that probably will have done a fairly decent amount of neutral damage at the very least. But we do have an opportunity to fire off an Earthquake, so we might be able to clear out the Wigglytuff with this one. Yep, we're good on that end. And with it, they're going to bring back the Azumarill. I'm going to try and tank this next attack out, see how well we're able to handle it. It is Ice Beam, does hurt quite a bit, not gonna lie, but we're sitting pretty. We're still alive. That's sometimes that's all you can ask for, you know. And with that, I'm gonna fire off an Earthquake, see how much damage I can take out there. Do get the Azumarill into the yellow, so I will take that. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and let Galarian Stunfisk kick the bucket. RIP, you have served well. But with that, I'm now going to come in with the Meganium. Alright, oh, they're still going at it. I was wondering if they gave up on that one because everything stopped for a moment, but no, that was just lag. Alright, but with it, we are able to clear out the Azumarill and get ourselves our second win. GG's all around. You know, try and get in as many wins as I can here before, you know, jumping into Master League later. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into battle number 3. So far, these switches have worked out fairly well for us. Not gonna lie, doing good so far. Let's see if we can keep it up as we go against TK 2012-0402. Alright, 2012. What do you got? Alright, first round is against a Stunfisk. Oh, there always. Oh, there we go. Okay. He's alive. He's with us. A battle will actually take place, and it will involve a Weather Ball. Then we are able to do a fairly good amount of damage against this Stunfisk. I'm going to go ahead and shield this time around because I'm pretty sure Discharge hurts. Yep, it is Discharge. It was indeed a Discharge. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off my very first Weather Ball. Or my very second Weather Ball. And with that, we are able to take out the shield. But with that, I'm also going to go ahead and switch out for Meganium, who should be able to tank out any charge move it throws my way. Let's Discharge once again. Yep, Meganium handles it like a tank. But with that, they're coming in hot with a Razor Leaf Venusaur. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, But with that, we've gained quite a good amount of energy. Let's see if we can surprise them again with the surprise earthquake. Nope, they've read into it. They've read pretty hard into that one. Alright. With that, I am gonna go ahead and shield this next attack. Keep Meganium alive as long as I possibly can. You know how it goes. With that, I am now capable of firing off one more earthquake their way. And we are able to do quite a good amount of damage towards that Venusaur. And with it, we are able to close it out with the Galarian Pancake. Now it's time to see if we can finish off its Unovan brethren by throwing some rocks at it. That's not going to be as effective, but will it be enough? It is not enough. Ooh. Okay. I'm assuming this next shot is probably going to be Mud Bomb. We should be able to tank it out, but yeah, my Steel Pancake's not feeling all too happy about tanking it. Truth be told. But with it, we now come face to face with a Wigglytuff. So with it, I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Earthquake. Probably get a good amount of health damage in. And with it, I'm going to go ahead and switch out and bring back Pelipper. You should be able to finish it with one Weather Ball. Alright, fire off the Weather Ball, clear out the Wigglytuff, and with it we managed to secure ourselves win number 3. GG's all around. It is now dawning on me that getting all these wins in Great League is probably going to, well, on the plus side, it should counterbalance all the losses I had from Master League, but on the downside, it means I'm going to have a harder time with Master League because my ELO is higher, and yeah, but now we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we're gonna go into battle number 4 against Tolungung Rescue. Alright, Tolungung, what do you got? Alright, first matchup is against an Altaria. That's interesting. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch out for my Galarian Stunfisk. You should be able to tank out your moves fairly well as provide an opportunity to fire off the ever-trusty rock spam your way. And with that, you decide to swap out and bring in the Azumarill. With that, I am going to go ahead and block this first one, because I'm assuming it's Ice Beam, and Ice Beam does hurt quite a bit. Yep. With that, I'm going to waste no time here and switch in for the Meganium, which gives me an opportunity to fire a Frenzy Plant your way. So with that, we are able to take out the first shield, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm going to see if Meganium can tank out what I'm assuming is Ice Beam. It is kind of, sort of. It's not very happy about it, but it's still alive. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one, though, because, well, to be frank, it hurt quite a bit. So with that, we can go ahead and switch back in for my Steel Pancake, who does have, I think, double rocks at the ready. I'll take full advantage of that. Might as well just chuck all the rocks that we can at this guy. Clear out the Altaria, make way for the next Pokemon. Which for now is going to be Azumarill. Azumarill is going to make its triumphant return. And with it, I'm going to greet it by throwing more rocks at it. Swing by, say hello. I'll take these rocks for you, will you? Excuse me. Alright, but with that, I'm going to be firing back with Ice Beam. Ooh, it actually doesn't kill me, so that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice to know. And with that, though, I bring back Pelipper and am prepared with a Weather Ball at the ready. ahead and fire that off. It's not very effective, but it does provide the opportunity to finish off Azumarill with a wing attack, so I will take that. That, they have now responded with their own Galarian Pancake. So I'm definitely going to want to try and avoid rocks as much as possible. Like so. Alright, tanking rocks number 1. R.I.P. Meganium, you have served well. Alright, but with that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Weather Ball its way. I don't know if it'll stall enough time, but one could hope. One could hope. Oh no, it wasn't enough time. Oh no. Oh no. Can I tank these rocks? Can I tank the rocks? Barely, but I can. And it's enough for me to get to another Weather Ball. It's just a matter of whether or not this Weather Ball will finish off the Galarian Stunfisk, and it does. Whew, we're starting to cut it real close here, but we still managed to get the win. GG's all around. Also, what a day, what a way to start the day, yeah. Oh boy, okay. Alright, we're performing solid so far, we're doing good. Yeah, we cut it a little bit close on that last one, but we're holding up. Alright, but let's see how well we do in what I believe is our final match against Boshanek Mleka. Alright, Boshanek, what do you got? Alright, first matchup is against Togekiss. That's always something to behold. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and respond to your Togekiss by firing off a Water Ball. And I'm able to get a decent amount of damage in at the very least, so I'll take that. But with that, they do bring in the Clefable, to which case it'll be eating this Weather Ball very well. With that, I'm going to go ahead and use my opportunity to switch in for a Galarian Stunfisk, who should be able to handle your charm fairly well. No one charms the Steel Pancake. The Steel Pancake runs on its own set of rules. And with that, they do bring back Togekiss, into which case I'm assuming they're going to be shielding. Yeah, they do decide to shield the the rocks that were coming their way. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shield their attack right now because, well, quite frankly, I don't want to deal with it. It is Flamethrower, so I definitely don't want to deal with that. Thank you very much. But with it, I do have another pair of rocks at the ready, which should be able to finish off this Togekiss. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't. And with that, we got through the Togekiss. Now we just gotta get through Clefable, who does have its charge move at the ready. I am gonna go ahead and block this one. It is Meteor Mash. I probably could have survived it, but I'd rather not take the chance. With that though, I am gonna go ahead and throw more rocks at this Clefable. Get it very heavy into the red, but we are able to finish it with one final mud slap or mud shot or what have you. Alright, but with that, we got ourselves a final charmer in the form of Wigglytuff. Alright, so charming seems to be the name of the game this time around, I see. But with that, we're going to go ahead and do a fairly good amount of damage against that Wigglytuff and with that Earthquake, and they did not have the opportunity to finish off the Wigglytuff. But nonetheless, we do still manage to get the win out of that, so GG's all around. So with it, we're starting out strong with a 5-0 right off the bat. I will take that. I'll take that 530 Stardust, that Charge TM. Always nice to see. We got ourselves an encounter with a Flaffy. Alright, we got ourselves a brand new Flaffy. Is one of the new species that I need for the Mew research, so I'll take that. And It's actually fairly solid IVs, but I'm still going to transfer you out. I'm sorry, Flaffy, but thank you anyway. With that, I'll go ahead and claim these 3 rare candies and this 1060 Stardust. And we are now a little over halfway to rank 12. Alright, I'll take that. And with that, I gotta update the set count real quick. Alright, and there we go. Starting out the day strong with a clean 5-0. I'll take that. I will definitely take that. Alright, and with that, might as well waste no time here. Let's go ahead and jump right back into basic rewards. We are going to do ourselves a second set in Great League, just to make it a little extra harder for us when Master League comes around. Maybe, probably. But in any event, with that, I'm going to be starting out with my own Charmer up at the front in the form of Wigglytuff. We have ourselves the ever charm resistant Alolan Marowak hanging out in the center, and we got ourselves the shiny flex yet very not charm resistant Altaria hanging out in the back. So we will see how that goes. Fairy types seem to be very dominant during these sets, so maybe bringing Altaria is not a good idea, but we'll see how it goes with our first match against Astuto. Yeah, so. Alright, so first matchup is against Venusaur. That, I'll go ahead and switch out, save my Wigglytuff for later as I bring in Altaria. But I will now have to deal with this Azumarill. So, good chance I'm probably going to still need to tank out or need to shield out at least one Play Rough or Ice Beam coming our way, like so. Go ahead and shield this out. Shield out the Ice Beam, and then switch out properly for our Alolan Marowak, who's not handling the bubbles all too well, but should be able to handle Ice Beam if it gets chucked at us. The only thing that we really have to worry about is Hydro Cannon, which will definitely eat us alive. With that, just in case they're not playing around, I am going to go ahead and block this. It is Play Rough, so we actually didn't really need to worry about that all that much. So I'll take that. And with it, I'll go ahead and just no holding back anymore. Let's just go straight for the Shadow Ball, see if we can take out. And they have opted to not. Okay. They have opted to save the Azumarill, which I can respect. They are going to have fire off Play Rough. It does hurt our Wigglytuff quite a bit, but at the very least, we are now face to face with the Venusaur, who should be able to, I'm assuming, finish off our Wigglytuff with Sludge Bomb. Yep, there it is. Alright, so with that, RIP Wigglytuff. But at the very least, I can try and see if I can fire up. Ooh, that thing charges fast. Sludge Bomb again. So, our Alolan Marowak survives and does provide the opportunity to fire off one Bone Club before its demise. So I'll take that. Thank you very much. And with it, they actually do save the Venusaur for later. That's kind of respectable. But now we have Altaria to carry us forward. Just a matter of what Pokemon they're planning to bring out next. Or it was the Venusaur, so RIP to the Venusaur. But now we have the ever mighty tank that is Umbreon to deal with. Oh boy. That's gonna be a thing. And I'll go ahead and fire off the Sky Attack. Probably going to be relying on Sky Attack for a vast majority of this because, well, Umbreon is quite quick with that foul play. Fortunately, we are able to do a fairly good amount of damage in with our Dragon Breath at the very least. However, it does look like it will be 2 foul plays in comparison to our 1 Sky Attack, so yeah, and I'm assuming they're going to be using their final shield for this one, so I'm unless Dragon Breath can carry us a lot better moving forward, I'm assuming this is gonna mark the end of my Altaria. Yep, there it is. Alright. R.I.P. there. Unfortunately, that marks our first loss of the night, but I'd like to think it was a fairly close battle there. But GG's all around. I'm still gonna stick it out with this team, see if we can kick it up a notch, you know, get a little bit better as we go in round 2 against Kazuya 9926. Alright, Kazuya, let's see what you got. Alright, first matchup is a Dragonite, so we definitely do have the starting advantage here. So I will take that. Thank you very much. Alright, for that, they bring in Bastiodon, to which case, well, none of my Pokemon are particularly happy about coming face to face with a Bastiodon, but at the very least, Alolan Marowak does have the ever-spamming Bone Club at his disposal, so I'll take that. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to use up my first shield. Definitely want to do that since that's Stone Edge. With that, they're going to bring back the Dragonite, into which case I have the opportunity to bring in Wigglytuff. I mean, my Alolan Marowak was definitely not happy with having to take in those couple of Dragon Breaths, but at the very least, we were able to come in last minute with that. Come in last minute with the ever-resistant Wigglytuff. Sorry, my mind has drawn a very hard blank for a moment, and I have forgotten what in the world I was even talking about for a moment. But in any event, go ahead and bring back Alolan Marowak, fire off a Bone Club its way, and with it we should be able to actually take out their shield. I'll take that. We actually took out their second shield. I like that. I like that. With that, I'm going to fire off at least one more Bone Club their way, do a little bit extra damage, get them into the red. I'll take that. Now with that, I'm going to try and slowly but surely chip away at their Bastiodon with my Altaria. I'm going to need to use up my last shield though, because it definitely doesn't want to deal with Stone Edge. But with that, we should be able to slowly but surely, yep. You manage to chip away at the ever-present wall that is Bastiodon. And with it, we have an opportunity to fire off Dragon Pulse. Pretty sure Umbreon will still be able to tank it out fairly well. Yeah, but at the very least, we are able to get it deep into the red. And we might even be able to finish it off with our Altaria. Depending on how well I handle foul play. Handle it fairly well. That, yep, we managed to clear out the Umbreon. Made it through. GG's all around. So we managed to start off with the loss, but we managed to tie it up with that last win there. So we're sitting at a nice little 1-1. Let's see if we can jump into the positive as we go against Kokeko 20. Alright, Kokeko, what do you got? Alright, so first matchup is against an Galarian Stunfisk. So I'm going to take this opportunity to switch out for my Alolan Marowak, who is definitely going to be using up all of my shields because rocks hurt quite a lot. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Alright, but they do decide to switch in for a Scrafty, so that is definitely something to look out for in just a moment, but it does provide me the opportunity to switch back in to the Wigglytuff, who I'm going to try and tank out this next move. I'm assuming it is foul play, so we're sitting okay with that one. But they use that opportunity to very cleverly switch back into Galarian Stunfisk, so credit where credit is due. That was a good switch. That was a good switch right there. With that, they chuck a couple rocks our way. We'll go ahead and switch into Alolan Marowak, who does have Bone Club at the ready. It's going to be needing to tank out a rock slide though, so that's not ideal. But at the very least, we managed to take out their first shield, so I'll take whatever I can get, really. Alright, I am out of shields, and that never actually thought about the possibility that was Earthquake. Oof, okay. Definitely not ideal, but now we do need to try and okay, well, first and foremost, we're going to have to tank out these rocks. These rocks are probably going to hurt quite a bit. Not gonna lie. If they ever decide to land. Maybe. Possibly. There it is. Alright, so yeah. The rocks definitely hurt quite a bit, but we now have an opportunity to respond in kind with something that's definitely not as impactful in the form of Sky Attack. We do opt to block that out, but we will bring back Wigglytuff, who I think should be able to tank out this next rock slide fairly well. Okay, fairly well is subjective here, but did manage to tank it out. We were at least able to tank it out, so we'll take that. Waste no time there. Get rid of the Galarian Stunfisk. I don't want to deal with it any longer. That's a fact. Alright, with that, they do bring in the defense form Deoxys, who does also know Rock Slide, so there is a good chance that this might actually be where it ends for me. Unfortunately. Oh no, it's Thunderbolt. It still hurt quite a bit, don't get me wrong. It still hurt quite a lot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure if Sky Attack is gonna be enough to actually clear out this defense Deoxys. Yeah, we did get into the red though, so I'll take that. But yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to seal the deal with that one. RIP, but again, we came close. I like to think we came close. We brought their other Scrafty into the red. We managed to clear out the Galarian Stunfisk with a team that's definitely not built to take on a Galarian Stunfisk, but GG's all around. With that, we are now 1-2, or 1 win, 2 loss, but we have a chance to tie it up as we go against 112, 7, 9, 13. Alright, bunch of numbers. What do you got? Alright, first matchup. First matchup is against a Talonflame. That's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to switch out for an Altaria, who I'm gonna go ahead and shield it out, because okay, you do decide to use Flame Charge. Just in case you want to try and take the opportunity to use up a Brave Bird and dip there. Altaria would definitely not have been happy if that was the case, but at the very least, it is fairly happy that I can now get to deal with a Venusaur, so that's kind of nice. Alright, with that, I'm going to try and tank out your first, I'm assuming this is a Sludge Bomb. It is. Definitely gets us into yellow, so not particularly happy about it, but at the very least, we are able to keep on keeping on and provide an opportunity to fire off another Sky Attack. Albeit not a great Sky Attack, but it did get us the chance to fire it off nonetheless. And with that, Talonflame has returned. I'm going to try and tank this out. It is still Flame Charge, but does it still kill off? Nope, Altaria does actually manage to survive that one. By some miracle, we are still kicking. Firing off another Sky Attack. Managed to clear out their shield at the very least before Altaria kicked the bucket. RIP. But we were able to clear it out with the Wigglytuff, so I will take that. And And with it, our final match is now a Galvantula. That'll go ahead and take an opportunity to use up my final shield since we have it. Might as well. That they have decided to call it quits from there. Nonetheless, GG's all around. With that, we're now tied 2-2. So we'll see if we can end this on a positive note with our final match. Alright, and with that, our final match will be Romixtron. Alright, Romixtron. What do you got? Sending out the Wigglytuff. You're sending out the Haunter. Okay. So I may not be very effective, but at the very least we can... Well, I'm able to resist your Shadow Claw very well. I am gonna go ahead and block this off because, yep, it is indeed Sludge Bombs. I'm very thankful I decided to block that one out. That one definitely would not have been something ideal to try and tank out. But now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a Play Rough your way. With it, I am able to take out your first shield. I'm now going to try and tank out your next move. Probably not a great idea, but eh. Alright, with that, we are now dancing ever so dangerously in the red. But with that, it'll provide me the opportunity to bring in a Alolan Marowak, who should be able to tank out your Ice Beam with relative ease. Yep, we're okay on that end at the very least. But now we have ourselves the rest of the Haunter to deal with. I am gonna go ahead and shield this final attack, which I'm assuming is Shadow Punch. Yep, there it is. And with it, I'm gonna go ahead and yep, we are able to finish off the Haunter with what little health we have. But with that, they are bringing back a Azumarill. I'm going to go ahead and fire off my Shadow Ball. Might as well chuck it out. Get rid of the Azumarill. I'll take that. And with that, our final match is against Chestnut. Alright. Fortunately, Fire Spin does seem to be doing a fairly good amount of damage against Chestnut right now. But with it, keep on keeping on, try and get as much damage in as I can before. Yep, Alolan Marowak kicked the bucket there. That I'll bring back Wigglytuff. Will be tanking out their first, or I guess taking one for the team as they get their first charge move with Energy Ball. And with it, we can end the match with Altaria. It's just a matter of whether or not Altaria is able to handle their next charge move. It is superpower, but our flying type does come in very handy in this particular instance. So that we are able to almost Dragon Breath them away, but they've decided to go out on their own terms. I can respect that. But nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright, so definitely not a 5-0, but we do still come in with positive with 3-2. So I will take that. Including this 530 Stardust, this Fast TM. So I guess that's always good. And we got ourselves an encounter with a Medicham. Alright, but with that, we managed to catch ourselves a brand new Medicham. Make some progress on our Psychic and Fighting types. And it's okay. But I'm still going to transfer you out anyway. Alright, but with that, we can go ahead and claim these rank rewards. And we are now sitting at roughly well over 3/4 of the way to rank 12. So tonight may be the night we finally make it to rank 12. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, there it is. We are 3-2. All in all, we've had some very positive sets come out from our Great League experience. But now it is time to see, can we make it in Master League with this new Switch Timer? I mean, arguably, I'm very happy that the Switch Timer exists because that means, I'm not stuck in a losing situation for a lot longer. I think it's been very beneficial. I guess it's been kind of hit or miss in the last one, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting experience. Let's just leave it at that. It's going to be interesting to see how things are going to play out as we go into Master League Classic. But enough with me rambling away. Let's go ahead, jump right back into basic rewards, and let's jump into Master League Classic. We'll be starting out with our surfing Kyogre up at the front. We got ourselves the reliable Charmer in the middle, and in case we run into any pesky steel types, we got ourselves Garchomp hanging out in the back. So let's see how this team rolls against our first match with Shu 140411. Alright, Shu, what do you got? Alright, and with that, right out the gate, we start out with our mirror against their own Kyogre. Alrighty then. Well, at the very least, the disparity between our two CPs seem to be affecting us quite a bit in this particular round. With it, I'm going to go ahead and fire off my very first Surf. Let's see if I can at the very least take out his shield. We do, so I will take that, and I'll go ahead and bring in our Togekiss. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this though, because okay, it is still Surf, so I probably could have handled it fairly well, but didn't really want to chance that, you know. Rather not take those odds, you know. But with that, I do have the opportunity to fire off an Ancient Power, throw some rocks at this Togekiss. Still get super effective damage, but you know, it ain't much super effective damage. With this new switch timer, we are able to bring in Kyogre, who does have Surf at the ready, so we can go ahead and fire that off and almost clear out the Togekiss. Not quite clear out the Togekiss, but we came close. We came close there. But with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to my ever-trusty Kyogre. Or it can hang on for one final waterfall. I'll take that too. Definitely take that. With that, we should be able to clear out their Kyogre with... No, I'm going to save the shield. I'm going to save the shield for later. Let my Togekiss bite the dust and try and finish off this Kyogre with Garchomp, which we are able to. And with that, we have ourselves Dialga to deal with now, who unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to Earthquake, or a second Earthquake, before they finish off my Garchomp. So unfortunately, that's a rough way to go. R.I.P. But nonetheless, GG's all around. I don't think my Garchomp is quite ready for Master League. It seems to be very prevalent that every time it runs into a steel type, it's always Dialga. So, with that in mind, I'm going to switch it over to Groudon. See how that goes. And I guess... spoilers for my second team, but... I'll change that out for Giratina, I guess, because I'd rather not do doubles. I'm assuming I've done doubles quite a bit, but for now I'm trying to make it so that, you know, I don't repeat Pokemon. At least for right now. I don't know if I have been previously, and I don't know if I will in the future, but for now, no doubles, no capes. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if Groudon makes a major impact on our team as we go into our second match with Denalin 910. Alright, Denalin. What do you got? Alright, with that first matchup is against a Garchomp, so at the very least we do have ourselves some fairly hefty neutral damage. I will take that. I'm actually going to go ahead and try and tank out this first move as well, since we're here. It is Sand Tomb. We're relatively okay. They do manage to take out our defense a little bit, so that's definitely not ideal. But with that, go ahead and respond with Surf. They do decide to use up their first shield, and with it, I'll go ahead and respond to that with Togekiss, into which case they respond with a Melmetal. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this out because rocks do indeed hurt quite a bit. Alright, but with that, we are able to make it to Ancient Power. Ain't gonna do much, but it does stall for time for that switch counter, so I'll take that. And I'll go ahead and switch in for my Groudon, who I'm gonna go ahead and let tank out this next attack, even if it is superpower. It is Rock Slide, so we're definitely sitting pretty with that one. And with it, they do have Dragonite at the ready, so that's rather unfortunate. But I'm going to go ahead and use up my second shield for this one. It is Dragon Claw, so with that, we do have Earthquake saved up though, so we should be all set and ready to go for that one. We'll go ahead and whittle down this Dragonite as much as we possibly can, like so. And with it, I'm assuming, yeah, we'll be face to face with the Melmetal once again. Yep. And that, we'll go ahead and chuck Ancient Power its way. We actually do get the boost, so I'll just ride that one out. Or the boost can scare off our opponent as well. So I'll take that. GG's all around. Alright, so with that, at the very least, it was a rough scenario, but we did manage to get ourselves to 1-1. So let's see if we can push our way into the positive as we go against Chapelin 2018. Alright, Chapelin, what do you got? And with that, first matchup is against Rhyperior, so we definitely have a good start there. With that, they do bring in Dragonite, which does offer the opportunity for us to bring in Togekiss to try and whittle down this Dragonite as much as we possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and let it tank out this next move because I'm pretty sure we're able to tank it out no matter what. It is Outrage. Definitely not as happy to have faced that, but at the very least, we are able to finish off the Dragonite there. And but with that, we are now face to face once again with a Rhyperior. Go ahead and fire some rocks its way, and just go ahead and dip right out of there. Ooh, but with that, we now come face to face with an Origin Form Giratina. Oh boy. With it, I am going to... No, I do have the opportunity to fire off another Surf, so I'll definitely take that opportunity. Fire that their way, and we do manage to take out the shield, so I will take that. Thank you very much. And with it, I'm gonna go ahead and save up my shields. Why not? They are firing off Ominous Wind, and it's gonna finish off my Kyogre RIP. But with it, I am gonna go ahead and switch in for Togekiss. They do switch for Rhyperior, but I do have Groudon at the ready. Definitely not handling this mud as well, but nonetheless, it does provide me the opportunity to use up my very first shield. It is Surf. Ooh, definitely want to be on the lookout for that. With that though, they are gonna... I do have Earthquake at the ready, so are they going to shield it, or are they going to let Rhyperior kick the bucket? Guess we'll find out in just a moment. Maybe, if we ever decide to fire. Okay, they do decide to let Rhyperior kick the bucket. And with it, we do have Giratina making its return. Interestingly enough, though, they do seem to... They might be experiencing some technical difficulties, so I'm going to wait just a moment. Also find it kind of funny that their Giratina is literally 1 CP above my Groudon. That's pretty funny. Let's fire a couple mud slaps their way, see if they respond to any of that. Hello. I'm gonna switch out for Togekiss, see if they make any moves for that. No, they're I'm not sure if they're just letting me win or if they're experiencing technical difficulties. I apologize if it's due to lag. Yeah, I apologize if it's due to lag. That's not a way to. It's not a way to go. Oh, hello, Junior Hoop 44. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, of course, go ahead. I could always use more friends in Pokemon Go. I will warn you, I'm pretty hit or miss when it comes to gift giving and all that. But yeah, if you want to add, go ahead. Add both accounts if you want to. Yeah, again, I'm a little rough when it comes to gift giving, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, it was rather unfortunate that it seemed like it was due to lag and or at least for the win in the last one. So not a great way to win, but all in all, leading up to that though, GG's all around. But with it, we are now sitting in the positive with 2 wins, 1 loss. Let's see if we can go for 3-1 as we go into our 4th match with Patrick 888. Alright, Patrick. What do you got? Alright, first matchup is against Origin Form Giratina right out of the gate. I can respect that. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Togekiss. Into which case, they will come in with the Mewtwo. Ooh, okay. Now, this is interesting. I just need to get in more raids. Same. Alright, if I ever get into a raid, I'll be sure to try and invite you as much as I can, my friend. Alright, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off an Ancient Power at this Mewtwo. Throw some rocks their way. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch back in for the Kyogre. I'm going to try and see if it can tank out this next move. It's probably not going to be too happy about it, but yeah, it's definitely not happy about it. It was definitely not happy about tanking that one. With it though, I'm going to go ahead and I guess let my Kyogre bite the dust on this one. RIP, you have served fairly well. You tried your best, and sometimes it's all you can ask for, yeah. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring back the Togekiss. I'm going to go ahead and use up my last shield because, yeah. Yeah, that Kyogre, that Kyogre RIP, friend. But, now we are up against a boosted Giratina. Definitely not ideal, but we are, ooh. We actually did not finish off the Giratina because we do have to deal with Dialga now. Fortunately, we do have Groudon at the ready, but we don't have any shields, so I'm not sure. It is Draco Meteor, so unfortunately that marked the end of my that marked the end of my Groudon, and my Togekiss was whittled away by Dragon Breath. RIP, but GG's nonetheless. And which account do I use more, or like my main? Oh, the top one. JMS 1010 is my main account. That is the account that's currently being used in these battles right now. So you're more likely to hear from this one than Jshima 10. So yeah, unfortunately we are now 2-2. Thank you very much for the follow, Light Strico. Really appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Maybe the follow will boost us into the positive with this set. We'll see as we go into our final match against Ha-Ho Herbie. Ha-Ho Herbie. Alright, let's see what you got. Much respect to the specs and the straw hat. Anyway, but First matchup is Garchomp, which does provide us with an excellent opportunity to do some pretty decent neutral damage their way. I'm assuming I should be able to tank out. I'm guessing this is Sand Tomb. This is indeed Sand Tomb. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire Surf your way. Do a fairly good amount of damage to the Garchomp, or take out the shield. I'll take the shield. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Togekiss, into which case we now have Melmetal to deal with. I feel like we've been here before. Probably been here quite a good number of times in this matchup. Yeah, definitely going to want to shield that because rocks hurt quite a bit there. And I'm going to go ahead and fire off my own rocks their way because, well, that does provide a little bit of coverage when it comes to the switch timer, which does provide the opportunity to tank out these rocks with our Groudon, like so. And with that, they do, however, are able to switch in for their own Togekiss. So definitely not feeling all too great about this current matchup. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back in for Kyogre. Super Junior 44. All right. I'll keep an eye out for your gamer tag in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and block out these rocks. Guess I didn't really need to, but just in case, I guess. Keep my Kyogre alive as long as possible. Fire Surf their way. Clear out their other shield, so I will take that. And unfortunately, that does mark the end of my Kyogre, and now Togekiss is probably not going to be too happy about dealing with this ancient power. Yeah, I'm feeling all too great about that, but we are able to clear out the other Togekiss, into which case we now have the opportunity to try and take out. Ooh, I stand corrected. Garchomp comes in clutch near the end. Does, I'm assuming, a fairly good amount of damage with Sand Tomb. And with that, I am going to go ahead and fire off the Earthquake. Might as well get that going. And with that, we are able to clear out the Garchomp, but now we have Melmetal to deal with, and unfortunately, none of my Pokemon quite have enough health to really do anything against this Melmetal. R.I.P. But nonetheless, GG's all around. An unfortunate way to go, but at the very least, we were able to do better than the last time we were battling in Master League, and we were actually able to get ourselves 2 wins out of 5. But yeah, unfortunately, Melmetal has always been a bane in my existence. We tried the best we could. At the very least, I feel like we are able to put up a fairly better match now that the switch timer has been cut in half, because it provides an opportunity to try and change it up through that. But yeah, in any event, with it, we are able to claim 530 Stardust and a Charge TM. Always feel like a winner whenever I get a Charge TM. But in any event, let's go ahead and claim the rank rewards, and with it, we are able to make it to rank 12 and get 1800 Stardust. So I will definitely take that. That though, I'm gonna go ahead and modify the numbers real quick. Edu Alexis 41, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Since it's getting a little bit late, I'm just going to attempt one more match in Go Battle League. We're going to continue it off in Master League and jump in right back into basic rewards. Sitting in Master League Classic because, again, the prospect of having to battle a even more powered up Dialga scares the life out of me. So, I'm gonna jump into this one, and this time around I'm gonna be starting out with the tried and true Dialga myself up at the front. We got Mewtwo sitting in the middle for I guess the extra psychic neutral coverage, as long as you don't run into any steel types along the way. But closing out, we do have Origin Form Giratina at the very least to provide the even more possible neutral damage along the way. So that's it. Let's see how this goes. Alright, there it is. And our first matchup against 009 Yo-chan. Or Yok-chan? Yok-chan. Number 9, anyway. But, alright, so with that, we start out with a Dragonite. They definitely do have the CP advantage above us, but our steel typing is coming in very handy in this particular instance. That they are coming in hot with the Metagross, so they should be able to tank out my Iron Head no problem. Okay, we actually managed to do a fairly good amount of damage against it though, so I'll take that. And with it, we are now able to bring in Origin Form Giratina to do some fairly hefty ghost damage to this Metagross. They are firing off Meteor Mash, and I'm going to go ahead and shield that one out. But with that, they are bringing in the Dragonite once again. And but with that, I'm going to go ahead and use up my last shield then. Because Dragon Claw will probably hurt Origin Form Giratina quite a bit. With that, I can now go ahead and switch back in for my... I'm blanking out, Dialga. I apologize. Names are gonna escape me quite a lot from now until forever. And with that, we are able to clear it out with Giratina, and we are now once again face to face with the Metagross. We do have Shadow Claw at the ready though, so I'll go ahead and fire, or Shadow Ball at the ready though, so I'll go ahead and fire that off. And with it, they do decide to save their Metagross, which I can respect, but they do bring in the Kyogre. Ooh. Coming in hot with that neutral damage. Okay, I have Psychic at the ready. It ain't Psy Strike, but it's close enough. Alright, but with that, I am going to unfortunately be saying goodbye to my Mewtwo, most likely, considering where its health is at. Yep. R.I.P. Mewtwo, you have served well. With that, we seem to be experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties there. Okay, but with it, I might have been a little bit too greedy. Looking at my health and what's about to happen. Oof. 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 Alright, they do bring back Metagross, which is going to be tanking out this Shadow Ball, or taking one for the team with the Shadow Ball. And with it, we do have... We had a little bit left in Kyogre, but unfortunately, Waterfall hits hard. Nonetheless, GG's all around. Not off to a great start, but we came close to a victory on that one, so I'll take that. But now we'll see if we can get our first win in this set as we go against Aiden B1313. All right, Aiden, what do you got? Besides that sick level 50 jacket, that's always cool. First roundup is against Zekrom. So we're definitely hitting us hard with that Dragon Breath, but we are managing to hit a little bit harder. They would have probably gotten us good with that neutral crunch there, but we are successfully able to clear out the Zekrom, albeit it took quite a bit. Don't get me wrong, it took quite a bit, but we did manage to clear out Zekrom at the very least. And I'm going to go ahead and fire off Iron Head towards them, but now I'm going to go ahead and battle their Ho-Oh with my Mewtwo, who is going to go ahead and use up my last shield. Oh, bro, JMS. What's the question again? What that heart in your body? The heart. The... Which one? Like the little badge thing? Oh, because I somehow managed to get my my Umbreon to Best Buddy, so looking forward to using that in Ultra League in like Season 9. Oof. I gotta save my Shadow Ball for later, I guess. We'll see. Might be able to take out the shield in this one. Ooh, they decide not to shield. I mean, I respect that and all, but that puts me in a rough predicament. Oof. They did get to the attack first, though, so it didn't really matter in the end. Nonetheless, GG's nonetheless. Can't help but respect the ho-oh. I always like seeing a good ho-oh. Unfortunately, not doing so hot. 0-2, but let's see if we can pick it up. Round 3 against Latte Chaiko. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I'm dying on stream. Before I apparently kick the bucket, we do have Dragonite to deal with real quick. Oh boy. Nothing like being on the brink of death to wake you up, you know. Alright, but with that, we got Dragonite to deal with. Fortunately, we're only taking neutral damage from this Dragonite. Definitely didn't want to tank out Dragon Claw. And with that, I'm going to bring in Mewtwo to tank out this Dragon Claw. I'm assuming we should be able to hold out fairly well against this one. Yeah, we're sitting relatively okay. Alright, but with that, we are able to finish off the Dragonite with Psy-Cut. And with that, they are responding with Snorlax. Alright. That partially complicates things, doesn't it? And then switch right back out for my Dialga. I'm gonna try and see. I'm very low on health, so I'm assuming I'm not gonna be able to tank out very well. Definitely, if it's gonna be a what do you call them? Earthquake. That was definitely not something I should have chanced out, truth be told. But nonetheless, we are able to still fire off one final earthquake before, or one final psychic before our demise. And with it, we now have to unfortunately try and gain as much energy as we can against this Snorlax. I'm going to go ahead and use my last shield because of his Earthquake once again. It is. I probably would have done some pretty hefty neutral damage. So, yeah. But at the very least, we are able to gain ourselves a good amount of energy before we now have to deal with Kyogre. Fortunately, Shadow Ball, if I recall correctly, hits pretty hard. And we have 2 of them. Okay, well, not as hard as I recall, but still able to do a fairly good amount of damage in with that, so I'll take that. Alright, we're gonna get one more Shadow Ball in, so it's just a matter of, yep, we are able to clear out the Kyogre. GG's all around. Alright, but with that, we're still in the negative, but we at least have 1 win out of 3, so I'll take that. I'll take that. Alright, but let's see if we can tie it up. 2-2 with our 4th match. And with that, our fourth match will be against Galgamonte. Ooh, Galgamonte. Alright, Galgamonte. What do you got? first matchup is against Kyogre, to which case they will come in with Togekiss, and I will respond in kind with Mewtwo. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off my first Psychic. Maybe lower their defense. At the very least, take out their shield. Oh, we do manage to take out lower their defense, so I'll take that. Can I get to? I cannot get to another Psychic, so that's kind of unfortunate. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and block out whatever move it's throwing our way. It is Flamethrower, so that probably could have done some fairly decent neutral damage. So, fairly glad I had the opportunity to block that. With that, we got ourselves an Iron Head at the ready, so we might be able to... Okay, at the very least, we were able to take out the second shield, so I will take that. Thank you very much. I can't help but feel like I am lagging all over the place. Swear, I just watched that health bar go from green to yellow, back to green. But in any event, Togekiss is absolutely demolishing my entire team, so that's rather unfortunate. And with that, they do come back in with the Kyogre. And it definitely takes 2 Shadow Balls to really do anything to this Kyogre. I swear. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and shield off this next attack. It is Surf. Considering where my health is at currently with this Giratina, I definitely don't want to chance that. Don't want a chance tanking that one out. And with that, we are able to clear out the Kyogre, but we do have the rest of Togekiss to deal with. I'm getting like names mixed up right in my head, but yeah, unfortunately, Charm was able to wipe the floor with our Giratina. But nonetheless, GG's all around. Yeah, right now we are sitting at 1-3. Not a great place to be, but maybe we can tie it up with our last set. 2-3 against Beabe 76. Beabe? Beeb. It's Beeb 76. Who knows? But with that, the first round is, well, it was originally against Kyogre, but is now against Mewtwo. Sure. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and shield. It is Psy Strike. Possibly could have tanked it out, but the world may never know. With that, though, I am going to go ahead and fire off an Iron Head their way. With that, we are able to clear out the shield. At least we have that going for us. Slowly but surely try and chip away at this Mewtwo with Dragon Breath. I am going to try and see if I can tank out this next attack. It is Focus Blast, so that was definitely not an ideal thing to attempt to do. But with that, we are now able to finish off Mewtwo with Giratina. Side note, much respect to the fact that they do indeed have a double moved Mewtwo. Always respectable, always respectable. And with that, though, we do have their own their Kyogre to deal with, to which is I will chuck a Psychic their way and actually get them into the yellow. So I'll take that. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and shield since Psychic is just in reach. That, I'm going to go ahead and switch out for Giratina once again, and I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball, which in hindsight probably wasn't the greatest of ideas, considering the fact that I now have to deal with Dialga, who's going to be going to town on my Giratina with that Dragon Breath. Ooh, and unfortunately they are able to get the attack first, so yeah, this is not ideal. Oof. Yep, that finishes off my origin form. With that, I'll go ahead and bring back Mewtwo, but unfortunately their steel typing is coming in very handy for them right now. apparently we were able to do actually a fairly good amount more damage than I originally anticipated. Not gonna lie. But yeah, unfortunately Dialga is able to seal the deal on our team. So RIPs, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Rather unfortunate way to end the night, but at the very least we got 1 win out of 4, and we did manage to get ourselves 530 Stardust. And ever so slowly but surely inch our way to rank 13 and get ourselves 1650 Stardust. So take that. Take whatever victories I can get, I guess. You know what? I think I got one more. I got one more set in me. Not a Master League set. I'm gonna do one last. I'm gonna close it out with Great League. See if we can get do any better in that league. But let me chuck a team together real quick. And with that, we are back. I have myself a new bottle of water, got myself a quick team setup, and with it, we will be doing one final set of matches in Great League. So with that, I'm going to jump right into basic rewards, jump into Great League, and we got ourselves Politoed with the ever spammy Weather Ball up in the front. We got ourselves the Steel Bird hanging out in the middle, and we'll be closing out with the ever spammy Unovan OG Stunfisk in the back. So let's see how this team fares in our first matchup against Fëanor 310. Alright, Fëanor. What do you got? Alright, first matchup is an Altaria. Okay. Definitely not an ideal matchup, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out for my Scammery. In which case, they will come in with their Pelipper. Okay. Pelipper's cool. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire a Sky Attack their way. They do decide to shield that one. I am going to actually try and attempt to tank out their Weather Ball, I'm assuming. It is indeed Weather Ball. And with that, I can switch out for my ever reliable Pancake. Ground Pancake. Electric Pancake. There we go. It's going to try and tank out Weather Ball. Is not very happy about tanking out Weather Ball, but at the very least, we do have the opportunity to fire off Discharge its way. I'll take that. It does use up its second shield though, so unfortunately we missed out on that opportunity. But I'll go ahead and use up my first shield because apparently Weather Ball hurts quite a bit. And with that, ooh, they do bring in Meganium. Definitely a good switch in there. I'll give them that. Definitely a good switch in there. That, build up a little bit of energy before I nope on out of here. Alright, and with that, we did have enough energy to get Sky Attack up and running, so we'll go ahead and fire that off. Alright, get Sky Attack going, and we are able to clear out the Meganium. I'll take that. That they do come right back in with the Pelipper, and with it comes another attack. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this one, keep my Scammery alive as long as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and switch right on out for this Pancake, who is unfortunately going to be taking one for the team as it tries to tank out that Sky Attack. Unfortunately, not one about as well as you would assume. With that, I completely forgot that Politoed happens to have a secret weapon up its sleeve. Completely forgot I taught it this, but it will be firing off Blizzard and clearing out that Altaria like there's no tomorrow. Because, quite frankly, there isn't. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and just try and see if I can finish it off real quick with this Weather Ball. And we are. We managed to secure the win on that one. GG's all around. Off to a good start. Let's see if we can keep this up. Go for a 2-0 as we go against Kosin B. Alright, first matchup is against an Azumarill. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and switch out for my Pancake. Definitely not liking the bubbles all that much, but at the very least we can try and get some pretty decent damage in with Discharge. I'm able to do a fairly good amount of damage in there. I'm going to go ahead and shield this next attack because I'm assuming it's Ice Beam. It is indeed Ice Beam. Ice Beam is definitely not something I want to tank out. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and now fire off another Ice Beam. It's not Ice Beam. I'm going to fire off a Discharge its way. I'm going to actually take out the shield on that one. And with that, I'm going to switch back to Politoed, who should be able to tank out. If it's Ice Beam, we should be able to tank it out. If it's Play Rough, okay, it is still Ice Beam, so we are able to correctly tank that one out. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off this Weather Ball. Shouldn't really do too much, but it's something. You know, you gotta get something in, you know. Alright, but with that, they are now coming in with the Deoxys. To which case, I will come in with the Scammery. So it looks like it's packing counter right out of the gate, so it's definitely something. And it is using Rock Slide. It does hurt quite a bit, but at the very least we are able to tank it out fairly well. But with that, I'm just gonna go all in for this one. Just go all in for the Brave Bird. Do a fairly good amount of damage and switch out for the Stunfisk. We should be able to tank out Rock Slide if it is indeed Rock Slide. It is indeed Rock Slide. We are able to tank it out fairly well. And they do decide to come back in with Altaria. Fortunately, we do have Discharge at the ready. Not going to do too much, but no, it's a start. It's a start. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Discharge its way. At some point, when it decides to stop going Super Saiyan. And with that, I'll go ahead and bring back Politoed. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and shield this one so I can try and at least see if I can get to the move I want to use in just a moment. Yeah, we are. No one expects a frosty Politoed. With that, we managed to clear out the Altaria and the Deoxys. So now all we gotta do is take care of the Azumarill. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and just fire off a Weather Ball its way. Get that going. I'm unfortunately going to be saying goodbye to my Politoed. R.I.P. You have served well. With that, I'm going to come in with the Skarmory. You should be able... Yeah, we are able to finish off the Azumarill. GG's all around. Okay, but with that, we are now sitting 2-0. Let's see if we can go for 3-0 as we go against Louise PG. Yeah, keep it family friendly, guys. We're gonna keep it family friendly for this one. And we'll see how that family friendliness goes as we go against our first match against Scrafty. And Scrafty coming in pretty hot with counter. I'm going to go ahead and respond in kind with Weather Ball. Get a decent amount of damage in there. With that, I'm going to try and tank this out, see how well that fares. It is going to be Power Up Punch, so at the very least I don't have to worry in regards to that. Then I'm going to go ahead and fire off another weather ball its way. At least we are able to take out the shield, and I'm going to go ahead and switch in for my Skarmory. It's going to try and take out this next move as well. I'm assuming it is Power Up Punch, so we are able to handle it fairly well. Not gonna lie. And with that, we are now face to face with an Umbreon. I think I am gonna go ahead and shield this one. Use up my first shield, might as well. And with that, since we're here, since the opportunity has presented itself, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a Brave Bird and dip. Feels a little contradictory to the name of Brave Bird, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. And with that, they're gonna fire off a Foul Play. We are able to handle that fairly well, into which case I will now respond with a Mud Bomb. Alright, looks like they do switch back into Scrafty though, who they do use the second shield though, so fortunately we're currently sitting pretty with somewhat of a shield advantage, so I'll take that. And with that, they are going to check Power Up Punch once again, try and capitalize on as much fast move damage as they can, but I do have Mud Bomb at the ready, and we might be able to clear out Scrafty with it. We are. Okay. Scrafty is down and out. Now we just have to deal with Umbreon and whatever happens to be their last Pokemon. We're still left in the dark about that one. I wonder if it's also a Dark type. They've been rocking Dark type so far. It could be possible that their last one's a Dark type too. With that, they do fire off one final. Okay, last Pokemon to deal with is a Wigglytuff. They're going all in with the Charm, I see. Going all in with the Charm. And with that, I'm gonna go all in with the Brave Bird. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get too much in. Oh, and we actually do manage to clear out the, what was it? We did in fact manage to clear out the Wigglytuff with Brave Bird on that one, so I'll take that. And without the fight, one more Foul Play. I did have one more shield at the ready, so I might as well use that. And with it, Politoed was able to successfully clear out the Umbreon. So GG's all around. Definitely holding up a lot better in Great League than we ever did in Masters. But in any event, for now, let's see if we can keep this up as we go into our fourth match with Hayato 2485. Alright, Hayato, what do you got? Alright, first matchup is against Obstagoon. This should be interesting. That, I'm going to go ahead and fire off my first of what I'm assuming will be many weather balls. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it is something, I guess. But with that, let's see how well we can take out. I'm assuming Night Slash. It is Night Slash, and we are able to handle it fairly well. I'll take that. Alright, with that though, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off another weather ball, get them into the red. I will take that. They are coming in with an attack though. I am going to go ahead and shield this one because Politoed's not looking too good. Not going to lie to you, my friends. Politoed ain't looking too good. But with that, I'm now going to respond with Weather Ball, into which case they'll either save their Obstagoon or, okay, they do decide to save their Obstagoon. And with that, I will come in with the Electric Pancake. Stunfisk. I'm going to come in with Stunfisk. That they do try and hit hard with that Cross Chop, but the Steel Pancake ain't having none of that. Instead, it's going to go ahead and fire off a Mud Bomb, and with that we are able to clear out the Obstagoon. So I'll take that. We are now, though, face to face with a Azumarill. So I'm just gonna have to try and fire off as many discharges as we can its way. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out though for Skarmory, but in its wake we do have the the ever-present tank known as Bastiodon. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Things have gotten very complicated very quickly. Alright, but with that though, I'm gonna go ahead and shield this out real quick. It is Stone Edge, definitely don't want to deal with that. But with it, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Politoed. At the very least, we should be able to fire off one more weather ball, possibly get rid of the shield. Or do fairly... Okay, we do a decent amount... Oh, they don't have any more shields. Never mind. Forget I said anything. With that, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Unovan Pancake. And we'll see if it's able to handle this. I'm assuming Stone Edge. Barely, but we are kicking. So, ooh. They caught me mid-switch. They got me mid-switch. It's play rough. They do manage to clear out the Stunfisk. RIP's there. But now I'm going to just have to Sky Attack my way through this Azumarill. Unfortunately, Sky Attack doesn't do a whole lot against this Azumarill. Things have gotten complicated out here. They caught me mid-pressing Sky Attack. Really? So, okay. We managed to get the Bastiodon into the red, I guess. Take whatever victories I can get. But nonetheless, GG's all around. Can never underestimate the tankiness that is Bastiodon. An ever-present, a very powerful wall that is very difficult to climb over. But unfortunately, we're not ending this in a sweep. But we have a chance to possibly end it in, I believe, 4-1 as we go against Kana Mercy. Kana Mercy. At any event, first round is against a Cherrim, so I'm going to go ahead and nope on out of here, bring in the Skarmory, and with it, they bring in the Electric Pancake, which has gotten to discharge a lot faster than I recall. Now I'm going to go ahead and shield this one. I want to keep my Skarmory as long as I possibly can. With it, I am going to go ahead and fire off my first Sky Attack there. And do we catch him up? I don't think we caught him off guard. I think they're building energy there. I think that's definitely what was happening there. Alright, they are firing off Mud Bomb. And with it, ooh, they caught me mid Mud Bomb. We're getting into some... We're not playing against slackers here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off this discharge. Either take out this shield or do a fairly good amount of damage. We managed to take out the shield, so I'll take that. And with it, we now come face to face with the Azumarill with our Politoed. Let's see how this goes. I think we are able to handle that fairly well. They do bring back the Cherrim though, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this one. Okay, the shield was unfortunately wasted, but at the very least, let's see if we can catch him off guard with the chilled Politoed. Yes! We got him off guard. We got him right where we need him to be. Alright. With that, Unless they were out of shields, into which case, well, I guess we still got them, but it's not like a surprise thing. It's more of like a, we got them. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. That they're going to be firing off Discharge. It does finish off my Politoed, unfortunately. RIP. Ooh, and they did have extra energy in, so unfortunately they're also going to be finishing off our Unova Stunfisk as well. Our double RIPs there. But with that, we got ourselves a Azumarill to deal with. I'm gonna waste not whatnot here and just go straight in for the Brave Bird. Let's try and just go straight in for the kill. And unfortunately, that does not pay off. I blame it on that one icon that we missed. I blame it on the one icon we missed. Oh, we still have a chance to finish off the Azumarill though, so at the very least we have that going for us. And with that, we got the rest of the Stunfisk to deal with, but they managed to clear out the Skarmory. RIPs, but GG's nonetheless. And with that, we end in a fairly respectable 3-2. Yeah, not too bad. I'll take that. With that, we got ourselves 530 Stardust, we got ourselves a Sandalstone, and we've got ourselves an encounter with Medicham. Alright, but with that, brand new Medicham. Alright, dish IVs. With that, let's go ahead and claim these rank rewards, into which case we are now a third of the way to rank 13. And we got 1949 Stardust, so I'll definitely take that. Alright, so with that, we managed to sneak in a final set there. We close out with a fairly nice 3-2 at the very least, so all in all, I'd say these sets have gone fairly well. Yeah, great. Master League has always been a rough place to be, but I feel like we're slowly but surely making better progress through there, and I feel like going through all these battles, the switch changes definitely do feel like they make things a little bit more interesting. You kind of can rely on the fact that a switch is coming in a lot earlier instead of having to just kind of bear with the fact that we switched into a bad matchup. So yeah, all in all, I like it. It mixes things up a little bit, makes bad starts and bad switch-ins much more tolerable. But nonetheless, I guess that pretty much ends it for this stream. Thank you so much to all of you who tuned in for this one. Thank you very much to Light Strike Code, Junior Hoop 44, and Edu Alexis 41. Thank you very much for the follows. And yeah, with that, I guess I'll just see you guys in the next stream. See you.